Hi everyone, welcome back to the Kia Hyundai channel. My name is Gabi. With me I have the 2022 Kia Telluride SX Limited. So this is the top trim line for the Telluride. There is one above, but it's an appearance package. This is the trim to get if you're looking for all the luxury features that the Telluride has to offer. It also gives you a little bit more customization in the sense that this has the light gray Napa leather. We've never had this vehicle here before. I don't think we haven't filmed it, obviously. So it's gonna be really cool to see what it looks like and how it really changes the appearance of the interior of the cabin. So I'm just gonna start off with a quick walk around. Like all our Tellurides, it has a 3.8 liter V6 engine, GDI engine, that outputs 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque, and it's tied with an 8-speed automatic transmission. So we'll take a look around. This is the dark moss color. So it looks a little bit brown on camera. In person, it's quite green. It's so hard to pick up, but we'll try to get a closer shot, and I'll grab my phone so we can shine the flash on it and pick up some of the metallic flakes. So there you go, you got a little bit of brown, a little bit of green. It's a really nice color. I do quite like it. Now we'll take a look at the front end of the Telluride. We got some really distinct lights. So these ambers, they're striking. You can tell the Telluride's coming from a mile away, maybe not a mile, but pretty far. They're very bright at night as well too. So on the SX Limited, you have full LEDs, including your taillights, which we'll get into when we get to the back. But I really wanted to show all the design patterns that are in there. So there's lots of squares or rectangles on the Telluride to give it kind of a rugged, boxy look, but boxy good, not boxy bad, okay? Not Kia Soul boxy. Then coming around here, we got the ambers, the bright LEDs, very sharp, caught off at nighttime. And then down here, I called these quad cubed. So we got 4 little squares down there for fog lights, very bright as well too. A lot of chrome accents. So the trim above this one, the appearance package, the night sky, is gonna have everything blacked out. If you're more of a chrome kind of guy or gal, you can go with the SX Limited and get lots of chrome badging and design on the Telluride. Coming around to the side here, we have 20-inch machine finish alloy wheels. I really like these wheels because they're not bland and boring. If you look closely, it kind of looks like it's all not 2D obviously, but not 3D either. But if you look really close, you can see there's divots, and these darker pieces are more inside the wheel. So it's really nice. In movement, they are quite nice as well too when they're on the road. Coming along the side, we got more chrome accents, a little bit of a satinish chrome, so it's not too bright, and it also is a bit easier to clean. So it hides watermarks a little bit better. I know we zoomed in right on a watermark, but it's fine, it's okay. And then coming onto the side here, we have our gas cap. Now these are push ones, so as long as the vehicle is unlocked, you give it a push and it opens up. There we go. And then a push again to close it. Once you lock your car, that is locked as well too, so no one's gonna take a look at what's in there. Along the back here, we got our Telluride badging, all-wheel drive badging, and our Kia badging. Our rear wipers located over here. A lot of our newer vehicles have it hidden under the spoiler. I really hope for the Telluride redesign they'll do that as well too, because I think it'll really clean up the back. And we'll open this up. Power tailgate. So for this tailgate, you can set the opening height and the opening speed. So if that's too slow for you or too fast for you, you can adjust it to your needs. So not only is the interior customizable, but also the features. And we have done full walkarounds of this vehicle before, not this exact vehicle, but everything that comes in the Telluride, if you're looking for a technology review or a safety review, we'll link those below. But looking at the back, you can kind of see your seating layout. This is a 7-seater vehicle, so 3 seats in the rear, 2 seats in the center, and then 2 seats in the front, of course. What makes the SX Limited different than the SX is you'll have the 7-seater option. So the straight SX is gonna have 8 seats, a bench in the center. So difference there. This vehicle also comes equipped with a self-leveling rear suspension. A little water drop came on me. And obviously the gray leather. So we'll take a look. I gotta say, it does look a little bit more beige to me than gray, but nonetheless, it is still quite nice. So we'll get a good look there. And then with the Telluride, one thing I love about it is, obviously it's not a minivan, it's not meant to be super easy, but it is so easy to get into. If you have any rear passengers, whether they're kids or adults, to get into the back, there's a little button on the top of the seat there. You give it a push, and it does all the work for you. That was so easy, and it's so easy to get in there, so I will demonstrate. And now I'm comfy in the back. So I'll have Charlotte kind of pan into the rear seats over here. You can see the design, and this is Napa leather, so it's a very, very soft leather. It is super comfy. This feels like a leather couch that you'd have at home. So truly, wherever you're going, you'll do it in comfort. So I've just moved over to the center to kind of give you guys a full look around. Another thing that's on the SX Limited trim is this deluxe cloth headliner. So you can kind of, I don't know how well it's going to appear on camera, but this is almost like a suede-ish material. I do like the look of it when it's all brushed the same way, but if you do have kids that put their hands up here, you will see handprints, or pets with paw prints. I don't know how they get their paws up there. So that is something that might drive you nuts. In that case, just keep a cloth in your car and you can wipe it all back so it all looks uniform and clean. Then back here we also have USBs on both sides of the vehicle. So you don't need your wall socket, wall units. You got everything ready to just plug and go. You also have cup holders and little storage pockets for phones, devices, whatever you have. And then for whoever's sitting back here, if there's no passengers up front, so I remember when I was a kid, I always wanted to sit in the back of the vehicle, even though it's kind of not the easiest for my family. So you have these little tethers here that you can pull, and then it just brings the seat back, and then you'll just pull this, locks it into place, and you can set it to whatever you need. So if this is not enough legroom for you, there is a lot of track there to adjust it, and then your passengers in front of you will still have lots of legroom. So I'll show you how easy it is to get out too. If your passengers in front of you aren't helpful and fold it all for you, you just pull the lever, give it a little push, and it goes for you. I'm not a very strong girl, so kids can do it, adults can do it, your dog can do it. We can all do it. So now I'm out of the back seats, and now we're gonna go to the other back seats. So I just press this button up here, give it a little push, locks into place, and I think I would need a little bit more leg room, so to do that, I'm just gonna reach for the bar underneath the seat, unlock it, and slide it back. Now I can hop in. You have nice handles over here that make getting in and out very, very easy, especially if you're getting into the back. And then also a nice thing here is you do have a step. So you're not kind of putting your feet in a weird trim or the floor of the vehicle, and then you have another step to get into the back. On the side of the door here, we have some more light, so ties in with the nice light gray leather. I really like it the way it looks with the wood grain as well too, because there's a lot of earthiness to the, I hate that word, but earthiness to the vehicle, and it brightens it up. When everything's all black, sometimes it can feel washed out. The vehicle doesn't seem as big as it really is, so this definitely gives it more room. Over here we have our Harman Kardon sound system, and it goes throughout the vehicle, so everybody gets a taste of the premium sound. Also back here we have heated seats and ventilated seats, so that's on the SXL and above, so the SXL Night Sky will get it as well too. Every passenger has comfort. And then above me I have a nice big sunroof that not only the second row but the third row can enjoy, so we all get a view there. It is powered to close it, so you don't have to reach back and pull it. One thing it doesn't do though, it doesn't actually open, so you can't open the glass. That's only for the front sunroof. Yes, this car has 2 sunroofs. Over here we also have our climate control, so you can adjust your actual temperature and your fan speed as well as where the fans are going. So I'll just turn that off quickly. If you have young kids and you're worried about them turning the heat on in the summer or AC on in the winter, you can lock it out and set it yourself up in the front. So now we'll take a look at what's in the front. All right, so now we're in the best seat in the house. This is the driver's seat of the Telluride SXL. I'm going to show you some of the tech features that are on the door and the steering wheel. So starting off with the door. Over here you can see the light gray continues as well too. We got our memory seats up here. So I know it has 2 buttons, but you actually have 4 options for memory seats. And how that works is in your vehicle's head unit, you can set driver profiles. So you can set 2, 3, 4, however many you need, and you can have your seating, your memory seats saved there. So it's a whole thing. We have a video on it as well too that we will link. On the side over here as well too, we do have our mirror button. So this is to power fold your mirrors. Now this is great if you park on a busy street and you don't want your mirrors sticking out, or also if you prefer it. So you can have them come in and out on demand. But also when you lock this vehicle, they will fold in themselves too. Over here we have our just regular mirror controls, so adjust it to your seating configuration. all your window controls. Now these are all express up and down windows, which was a feature that I never really cared about until I got a new vehicle that only had the driver express up and down. It's really nice to have all of them. It's very, very nice because I find myself doing something weird with my hand trying to get everything down all at once, but I don't know, we live. And then down here we also have our window child locks and our door locks. Over here, we got a lot of buttons going on. This is a fully loaded vehicle, so there is a lot of features. Starting off over here, this is your brightness selector, so you can adjust the display's brightness if it's too bright for you at night. Over here, blind spot detection, so if you do not like knowing when people are in your blind spot, you can turn that off, and it's super easy. You just press it, turns on and off. You'll also get display on the dash as well too, saying it's off now. Here's your lane keep assist. So this feature, all it's going to do is kind of let you know when you're leaving your lane. You can have it as a warning where it'll just let you know, give you a beep and give you an alert. Or you could have it active where it'll actually pull you back in. Really good thing I like about this is when these two are combined together, if you have your turn signal on, there's a car in your blind spot, you're driving, and you start to veer out of your lane to change lanes, and it senses the risk of a collision, it'll pull you right back. So it is blind spot collision avoidance. And then over here we have our traction control off, so whatever you want to do in a snowy parking lot, that's up to you. Then over here we got our hold for our tailgate. So if you have people loading up the truck for you and you are not doing it yourself, I'm jealous, press that, it'll open up for you, it'll close for you as well too. Also on your steering wheel we have a really cool design, so none of our other vehicles have this design. I really like the spokes down here, it's very comfy to hold. A lot of people don't think about steering wheel comfort, but it's actually a big thing. Look it up. Over here, we have our volume controls and our media controls for the radio, Sirius XM, whatever you use most. So you can have it cycle between your media modes, your hands-free button, even though you do have to use your hand. So just to wirelessly talk to your phone, tell it to call whoever you want to set a new route in your navigation, answer and decline for phone calls, volume controls, and seek and scan to kind of go to your next song, next radio station. Horn in the center, it works, trust me, we're not going to demo today. Here we have this notepad-ish button that cycles between our different menus in the dash. So you can see your compass, your lane keep assist. You can adjust things like your heads-up display, which this vehicle also has. It's really hard to film, but we'll try it. So you may be able to see, no, you can't see it. Maybe. It's kind of on the EV6. Yeah, it's not showing on camera, but trust me, it has it. You can set the height, so like I said before, if you have very different heights for your drivers, you can set that to what you need. Now this displays a lot of things. It displays your speed, of course. You can also have it display what media you're listening to. It'll tell you if there's a car in your blind spot. If you have a route on your navigation, it'll give you your turn by turn so you don't have to look away from the road. Or you can shut it off completely. Some people don't like it, so it's nice to have the option. And then you can cycle through all your different settings as well there too. Cruise control, so you can set it there, and you can also change your following distance. This does have smart cruise control where it will slow down if the vehicle ahead of you slows down or comes to a stop. And then cancel to turn it all off. Now I'll have Charlotte come around and we'll take a look at the rest. So we'll take a good look at the design of the Telluride first. We'll just kind of pan over around everything. You'll see on the dash you got a mix of metals, of darks, of lights. You got the gray here, the wood here, the satin chrome here, and black up here. I know it sounds like a lot, but doesn't it look good? It looks very, very nice. Everything's laid out very comfortably. It's very simple. Something I like about Kia is you got all the tech and all the features, but it doesn't seem complicated. It really isn't. So it's very user-friendly, which, I mean, if you're driving it, you kind of want everything to be in reach and user-friendly. I really like how the display is kind of lifted from the dash over here, so it doesn't look too techy. It looks very luxurious, very refined. This does have built-in navigation, so our 10.25-inch display. Apple CarPlay is wired, or Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, I should say. It is wired. Now, some people don't like that, and I mean, that's fair, but I do notice the sound quality is much better, and it's a bit of a better connection. So sometimes the Bluetooth-based wireless CarPlay can be spotty. Just a little heads up. So there's a little selling point there. Our map, if you just want to look at your map, passenger talk. So if you have kids in the back or pets in the back, I don't know, you can do passenger talk. It'll project your voice to the back seats. It's really good if you got to tell them to quiet down or I'll turn this car around. You know, just the basics. Quiet mode will shut off all the speakers back there, so if you're enjoying your music and whoever's back there isn't, or trying to take a nap, you can shut off their speakers and they can just relax. Rear climate, so that's where you can set their climate or lock it out. Down here we got all of our climate controls and our actual touch buttons. So very, very nice touch buttons to get to whatever settings you'd like. So these are just a quick way to select it while you're driving so you don't have to play around with the screen, which I really, really like. Down here, all our climate controls and automatic climate control. So you can set it to whatever temp you like and it'll keep it there. Passenger also has her own or his own temperature, or you can sync it as well too if it's a bit easier. So there you go, sync. I'll turn it off again. Different fan speeds, different directions. Heated steering wheel is located right over here. Heated seats and ventilated seats for driver and passenger. You also have these really nice bars here, so it is quite comfy to get in and out of your vehicle, just like in the back. There's a lot of comfort in here. Down here we have our wireless phone charger, 2 USBs, and a 12-volt outlet. This also closes if you don't want to look at that. So you got to give it a push down. Closes just like that. Down here we got a little storage pocket. That's typically where I'd put my key just because it fits really nicely in there. 2 cup holders, our gear shift, and our drive and terrain modes. So this you can cycle between comfort, eco, sport, and smart. So just like that. And you can be stopped or you can actually adjust it while you're driving. There's no set thing that you have to do. Another cool thing with the Telluride is it is an all-wheel drive vehicle. So you have terrain modes. If I press this down, it'll switch to terrain. You do snow, mud, or sand. And that's just going to change your all-wheel drive torque distribution. Down over here, we have our auto stop and start. So if you do not like it, you can turn it off. It's up to you. Auto hold holds you at a complete stop when you fully depress the brake pedal and releases when you hit the gas. You have your electronic parking brake right over here. Our parking view camera, so you can just watch your 360 camera, which this vehicle has, while you're stopped, and our parking sensors. So basically, if you turn this off, you won't have the beep, 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 beep when you get close to something. This vehicle is equipped with 360 sensors, so all around the vehicle, no matter where you're approaching from, it will beep, or it will let you know that, hey, you're getting close to something. It is really nice to have, and then you'll also have your cameras showing you as well too. It's really nice, like for us at the dealership, because we're always trying to move around cars in our lot, and you don't want to hit anything, especially new inventory, something like a Telluride that we can't replace. Just, you know, little things. And then over here we have our center storage with another USB down there. Charlotte will show you guys the glove box, and we'll do another quick look around, and then I'll show you the sunroof. So, manuals. The car comes with manuals, free of charge. Lots of literature. In Canada, we have English and French. And close that up. Nice dash again, and then we'll move up here. Here's one thing that I actually wasn't going to talk about, but I think it's worth mentioning. A lot of our cars do not have sunglass holders. I don't know why. This one does though. So you can put your sunglasses in a nice, safe place. Here we have our sunroof controls, so they're labeled front and rear. So for the front one, you can actually open up the glass like I mentioned earlier. So push it backwards to open it. There we go. And I'll push it forwards again to close. And then for this one, it doesn't have a powered cover. You actually have to reach back and close it yourself. But you see it still has the nice deluxe headliner. Matches the rest of the vehicle there. We also have our Kia Connect buttons up there. So this vehicle is equipped with Kia Connect. So the tow truck button is for roadside assistance, which is free for 5 years, unlimited kilometers. We have our pinpoint location button and our SOS button. So any emergencies, you can get your emergency services. This vehicle does also have full LEDs on the inside and outside, so brightness everywhere you go. And that's about it for our quick walk around on the Telluride SX Limited with the light gray interior. I hope you liked it. If you have any other questions, please leave them below in the comments, and stay tuned for more videos.